Good afternoon, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to another episode of our Applied Energistics Tips and Tricks series. This episode, we're going to be quickly looking at how to fully automate your Runic altar to work with your Applied Energistics system, and to be able to do mass crafting, because the Runic altar is fairly easy to automate if you're only wanting to craft one at a time. But if you're wanting to fully automate it, it does take a little bit more setup and a little bit more care, because, of course, if you just start dumping everything into it, just like our Terra Steel creation from last episode, it's not going to play nice at all. So let's go ahead, we'll bring this cabling up just a little bit, and I've tried to make this as compact as possible. I've been playing around with it, pretty much all day, and trying to get this set up as best as I can for you guys. So naturally, we're going to start with an interface here. Let's go ahead and we'll wrench it and set it up to point off to the side here, and we'll just put a chest here to accept the items. And then let's go ahead, we're going to set item conduits to come out. And then we'll go up. No, actually I don't need that there, I don't think. And we'll put our open crate up here. And let's go ahead and set this to insert, and we'll put an item filter in here. And let's get some living rock. And if you notice, if you look through here, you'll see some design I was playing with and everything, but I think this is a bit more of a compact design. So we're going to set a filter here to whitelist living rock. You could use the basic filters if you so desired. I just happen to have advanced item filters on me. And then we're going to put, set it back today, we're going to put an autonomous activator. Our first one will stick right here, and the next one will stick right here. I actually could have went one down with this, my bad. And we'll set this to pull in from the top, and then this one we're going to totally erase it. We don't want it doing anything, and we'll set that to insert. And then what we're going to do is we are going to set this to first slot only. So it's only going to utilize items in the first slot here. And then we can just take and put our living rock in here, just like that, just to fill up the slot so nothing else can go in here. And then let's go ahead and apply power to this, or for these two autonomous activators. And then this bottom one here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just give it a... Don't I have one on me? I guess not. We're going to give it just a Wand of the Forest. In either mode, it really doesn't matter. And then we will set up our Runic altar on top of this autonomous activator. And this interface, make sure and set it to blocking mode. Do not push crafting items if the inventory contains items. And so what we've got is we've got the living rock coming up into this open crate, and then we've got all the other items coming here, but one at a time. So it's only going to deal with one item at a time with this autonomous activator, and it's not going to send any additional items to the chest until the chest uses up everything that it has. And then what we can do is we'll go ahead and set some glass on here. Like that. And let's actually break that for right now. And we'll put our transfer node on the side here. And actually, yeah, this should be good. And we'll give it a world interaction upgrade and then an item filter, and just put any runes that you want to filter through this. Right now I've just got the Rune of Mana, just as an example, which I did do some testing, and with the build I have over here, it would create any rune except for the Rune of Mana. It had issues with that. That was second build. That's my second build today, and it would handle everything except for the Rune of Mana, mainly because the Rune of Mana takes so much of the same item. And then we'll just bring our transfer pipes over to this ME interface, and this should be all set up. Oh no, I forgot. On this autonomous activator here, go ahead and put yourself an item filter on this one, and you're going to set living rock but as a blacklist. So basically all the living rock is going to go in here, and everything that's not living rock is going to go in there. And we'll go ahead and set this to always active extract, and yeah, we should be good to go ahead and test this. And let's go ahead and set up a pattern really quick. So we're going to tell it if it takes 5 mana steel, 1 mana pearl, and 1 living rock, that it's going to get a Rune of Mana. Let's go ahead and pull those out of there, and we'll encode it. We'll set it into this interface, and you can fill this interface up with all the different patterns. Of course, to make all the different runes, you'd probably need to duplicate this build, because I believe let's say there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. So yeah, you'd have to have two of these builds set up to autocraft all the runes, but it's all just the exact same thing. So I'm only going to cover this one rune here, and if we hit start, we fly over here, you'll notice that it starts filling up. And oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to apply mana to it. Funny story. So we'll just go ahead and we'll set this up right here, and we'll link that. And okay. Well, there we go. So now it's crafting that, and the runes of mana are getting pulled, into the AE system. And you will notice that there is living rock. It'll start running this one, and then it'll drop an extra one on there. So if you're concerned about it taking more than the 5-minute despawn time, you could always add like a hopper hawk here. Yeah, you could set like a hopper hawk over here, and then an item filter or a item frame on like the open crate or the chest, so that it would cycle that living rock back into there. But I'm not too concerned with it, with this. But if that is an issue, if you're concerned about that, just throw down a hopper hawk, throw it in an item frame, maybe on the chest or the open crate, whichever you prefer, and it is going to prioritize whatever has the item frame. And make sure and put living rock in the item frame, and that way it'll input all the living rock into the attached inventory, and that'll just keep it cycling through until the stuff gets made for you. And also, if you want to set this up to monitor mana pools, you could do it just like last episode, so I'm not going to totally build it out, but you could just set up a mana pool, attach a comparator to it with the bookshelf method that I showed you last episode over here, then you could just have the a signal come out to this pipe, and you could set it to extract without a signal, and then or extract with a signal, and then it would only extract when you have the desired mana in your mana pool. So and if we come over here, you'll notice we have 10 runes of mana, so everything went flawlessly, and it's never going to dump more than one living rock at a time, like one spare, so it's not too much of an issue, like I said, to just let it do its thing, unless it is going to take you more than 5 minutes to complete the craft. So that's pretty much it to automating the Runic altar. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to let me know. I did try to make it as compact as possible, because I had this build that did everything except for the runes of mana. Didn't handle those very well, and then I had another build that was way too big to be reasonable, for a compact design like this. So then I ended up coming up with this design, and it's fairly compact, I feel like, and you'd only need 2 of these to cover all the runes. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you enjoyed the video, as always, please comment, like, subscribe. I really hope it helped you guys out. And next episode, we will be trying to automate the Petal Apothecary, so that's going to be fun times. I've got it fairly set up for a single flower at a time, but we want to fully automate it, so we'll be trying to tackle that next episode, because I feel like if we had it fully automated, there is a Botania flower that's been added that consumes like day blooms and stuff, and that would be really, really handy for something like that. Once you have your mystical flowers automated and everything with the Jaded Amaranthus that I covered a couple episodes back. So, but anyway, I hope you guys join me for next episode, and as always, do take care, and I hope to see you guys then.